Hello, everybody. This is Elisha Keating from wisdomseekers.net, and I'm here today with Bonita, and we're doing an interactive. Please, one question per person. Okay, thank you very much. And until we have questions, I have an energetic current for
And we're
this
doing
week.
an interactive.
Please, one question per person.
Hold on. That
Okay,
is
thank you
me.
very much.
Okay. Hi.
Until Oh, there we are. That's awesome. Sometimes you put it on and it like mine will come up. Sometimes the sound is off, sometimes the sound is on. And I'm not quite sure how that happens, but
It does, though. It
it
does. Hi,
does.
everyone. Hi, everybody.
Oh, we've got people already, hey?
We do. Let's see. We have Queen Goddess. Hello, ladies.
Okay.
Hello.
So let's read the mental energetic currents by layer. So the mental layer, cognitive clarity returns, especially for those who felt foggy or fragmented in May. Truth that were hard to speak are now surfacing and gently but unavoidably, which means if you're hiding something, it's not going to stay hidden. Watch for spontaneous statements from people around you that reveal more than they intended. That should be something that happens with you, Bonita. A lot of people will start talking to you and they'll say something and you go click, click.
Hmm.
Okay, an emotional layer. Old emotions entanglements may resurface briefly, especially around the unresolved power of dynamics. In other words, you can't hide it. Don't engage in the story, just witness, release, and stand in your energy. Clearly, that Eva is for you. And those who still operate from manipulation will feel confused and off balance around you. Perfect. Physical layer. Energy may feel compressed in the lower body, hips, gut, and knees, especially. And that's for anybody who's over 40. Movement. Light stretches or grounding through water, bath, shower, tea will help move this. Some may feel tired midweek, then lighter by Friday. Now, spiritual layer. Downloads come through dreams or quick flashes this week. If you feel a tingling in your ears, sudden clarity, or brief emotional floods, that's integration. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Guides are standing just behind the veil, waiting for you to make the first move. And remember, the veil is so much thinner than it has been. Okay, and the rest is for me, so I won't read that part.
All right. So here we go. We have Eva saying, hello, ladies. It's good to see you.
It
And
is.
then Queen Goddess says, I've been having a male friend stay over at my place for a week. Do you think that the leasing office where I live will tell me something about that? I'm worried about being caught and getting evicted.
You should have in every place you have the right that I know of, you have the right to have people stay for usually 3 weeks before you have to put them on the on the list that they live there. So let me see the leasing office. So there's one woman there who's a bit cranky, and she's like, these stories you hear about the OHA or whatever it's called down there,
HOA.
HOA, who's always taking things on above and beyond their rights. There's one lady there who does that, just one. And if you know who that particular one is, make some cookies or take in a bribe of some kind, whiskey. Mickey, not a big one, or something like that. So she feels less antagonistic. And what I would it should be written on your lease what it says about people staying or visiting you, because everybody should have the right to have a visitor. I don't feel that anything will come of it. Just maybe be a bit careful which way you come in and out. And if you have neighbors who are spies, just try to make sure that you tiptoe past their doors. But I don't see anything there that will be of major input. Okay.
All right. Now we have Chris Diamond. Hi. Well, in-house support services accept Michael to work for their company. He wants to work for that company so he can be my caregiver caretaker.
We talked about that last week,
Yes.
and I think we said it was still up in the air. Let me see if it's still up in the air. There's honestly, they haven't made a decision. They don't dislike Michael. They actually like his energy, but they are a bit afraid of repercussions if something does happen. If they hire him knowing what they know and something happens, will they get blacklisted or have a lawsuit after them or some stuff like that? So they're not as hesitant as last week, but they still haven't made a firm decision. I'm sorry about that, Chris.
Okay, next up is Keisha Brown. Update on whether my mother, soul dad, will try to get in contact with me. Still no communication since November of 2021.
Very sorry, Keisha. I know this has been something that's caused you a great deal of stress. I still don't see that your mother has grown up sufficiently to be able to bend and make a choice for you. It is not about you. It is about your mother being immature and not capable of dealing with the fact that people grow and change. And she's not yet grown and changed. So update, I'm sorry. It's your mother will not be the one to make this decision to grow at this point. There's a possibility by the fall, late fall, not early fall, which down in the States would probably be November, around the end of November, maybe December. And that's just a possibility. I'm very sorry, Keisha. Ava, let's do Ava.
All right, Ava. I could not stay in my energy today. I got so annoyed I had to walk away. So my question is about this event.
Perfect. Go ahead. She was down below again.
Oh, okay. And then it says, please, can I get advice from my spirit guides on how to navigate my connection with my younger sister,
Firmke.
Frankie?
Frankie or Firmke is Dutch.
Okay.
She's from the Netherlands.
Oh,
Uh, you didn't do anything wrong, Ava. You made the right decision. So what was it I was saying that it was that question was for you? Don't engage the story, just witness, release, and stand in your clean energy. That's exactly what you did. You had to walk away. You made a good choice to walk away. I know when I'm angry, if I interact with people, I know I'm going to mess it up. So standing up, walking away showed that you have a good grasp on your reality. And really, you're to be patted on the back for what you've done. You made a good choice. We are not, as spiritual beings, expect to be perfect. We make mistakes. We screw things up. And that shows we're alive and breathing. And the fact that you handled it so well shows to me that you have graduated. How do you handle it? Step back. This is how I would handle it. Step back from your sister for a little while until the energy comes less, and your guides will agree with me. Sit down and write out the pros and cons. How did I mess up? How did she mess up? And then there's a guy I watch on YouTube. His name's Chase Hugh. And he does the same thing I do, but he does it from the mental level, and I do it from a different level. But he says this, and this is extremely important. Radical self-forgiveness is the only way to grow in this lifetime. Radically forgive yourself for being human. Okay? You did a great job. And when your emotions are down and you no longer feel the same reactivity, then go forward. No rush. If you rush things before the time, you're going to screw up. Don't rush things. Okay, Ava, you did a good job.
There you
Okay.
go. Okay, Queen says, I can't have any guests stay for more than 2 overnights, but I still let my friend stay for 7 days because he's homeless.
As long as you keep it secret, and 2 days is weird. You only have that amount of time, especially if you have company coming from overseas.
Yeah,
That's how do you say that? Radically inconsiderate.
yeah.
So I don't, as long as just have them tiptoe, get them to come through the back door and things like that. You
Yeah,
know, when a rule is obviously wrong, it is not a problem to circumvent it. It's when we kiss everybody's because that's a rule that we become less than human. And we do not need to be less than human. We need to look at ourselves and go, does this fit my belief system? Is it right? And the answer is obviously 2 nights. It's not. So just be extremely careful. And one of the most important advices I can give you at this moment is if you feel guilty, you will find a way to get caught. So do it with guilt free. And as soon as you feel guilt, you will find a way to get caught subconsciously. So no guilt.
good advice.
Mhm.
All right. We have Maria Garcia. Does
Hey,
I can't say
don't
she
don't worry about it.
okay. Miss me. He's my ex and he's a Cancer.
Being a Cancer, of course, he's going to miss you. That doesn't mean he's coming back to you. So, Maria, honestly, look at it this way. An ex is an ex for a reason. Don't just remember the good stuff, remember why you're an ex. And yes, it's always easier when there's two people involved in a life. Doesn't make it as easy as you want. So he's an ex for a reason. Does he miss you? Yes, of course he does. He's a Cancer and he's emotionally geared to be a homebody, to make things work. Okay, but that's it. Don't take your, don't waste your time hoping for something to happen. Go out and create a life for yourself. And if it happens, that's a different matter. But don't wait. People make the mistake of waiting, and they can wait for 20, 30 years, and all of a sudden their life is over and they've done nothing. So go out and have fun, do whatever first. And if something happens, that's it. Then you do it. Be in the moment. Don't be in the 10 years from now moment. Okay, Maria? Okay.
All right. Okay. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps. All right. We have Rosa. Hi,
Hey,
ladies. Hi, Rosa. Hope you are all doing well. I want to ask for advice from the spirit guides for the month of June.
so Rosa, I believe, is a friend of Maria's.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe from last week. Yeah.
yeah. So Rosa, I'm not sure if you're married or not, but they're showing me get out there and shake your booty. Get out there and have fun is what your guides are telling you. Don't sit back and wait for life to happen to you. You get out and make life happen to it. It's time it's time for you to throw off the shackles of expectations, and we have a lot of them because we were brought up in you can't do that, you're not good enough society, and say eh to it and get out there and be who you are. What you're failing to notice about yourself, Rosa, is that you're a really cool person. You're a lot of fun. You're very reliable when it comes to things that need to be reliable, like job or whatever. But at the same time, you can't spend your life being reliable. Sometimes you just got to get out there and shake your booty. Get out there and have fun. Make life. I have such a dirty mind today. It just wants to swear every time. So make life your, and it's a B word. I'm not going to say it, but be your boss, be your own boss, okay? Don't listen to that word, that voice in your mind that says, you can't do that. Yes, you can. Just be smart about it. That's all. No drinking and driving kind of thing.
Good advice.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have Samantha. Any messages from spirit regarding this phase in my life?
So I think Samantha may be a new lady.
Are you new, Samantha?
Yeah, and if you're not new, then it's been a while. Okay, let's see, Samantha, what your guides have to say for yourself. And okay, my visual was you standing there, sort of kicking a rock or kicking a piece of dirt with your feet. Like, should I or shouldn't I? Okay, the answer is yes, you should. Just get out there. And this is what you want to do for yourself. You want to take command of your own life. Stop. And I just gave the same advice to Rosa. Get out there and kick some butt. Get out there and have fun. Stop waiting for other people to tell you what to do. Go to your heart, ask your heart. Your heart will tell you the truth. You have to learn to listen to it, unfortunately, but you'll hear words, you'll know, you feel. Knowing is the best, honestly. If you just know it, then you have direct contact with the universe. But the heart has a portal to it's a direct communications with the universe. Don't use your brain. If you use your brain, it's going to lie to you. Get out there and do something. You want to do something, but you hesitate about it. You don't have to do it all at once. Do a little bit at a time. But just Nike, just do it. Okay? Maria.
All
Mary,
right. Here we go. Miriam.
that's
Miriam.
me. I messed you up.
All right. Hi. Any new positive changes coming my way?
You know, there is for everybody. And
Yeah.
it's coming in slow increments. It's not coming in fast and furious. It's like you take a step, and then you take another step, and you take another step, and it happens so slowly that suddenly it's on you, and you go, how did that happen? It's because you chose to put down your barriers. And Miriam, take your barrier of I am not enough and throw it out the window. Everybody is enough. And I have to go back to the Bible, not because I'm a Christian, but because that's what I know. And in the Bible, it says, no one is given more than they can handle. Well, you've been given the maximum that you can handle. Now it's time to take it and throw it out the window and say, yeah, I'm the boss. All right. And I've got 3 in a row that say the same thing, basically. Stand up for yourself, be proactive. And when you're proactive, you hear things like, I am enough. I can do this. I am capable. I'm powerful. There's nothing wrong with being powerful. And I know I work with people and I said, tell yourself you're powerful. And they go, I can't. I can't. Well, if you can't, you're lying to yourself because everyone who's on this earth is powerful. Why? Because we're part of the whole. And if a piece is, if we're part of the whole, then we're part of the universe, and the universe is powerful. If you're a tiny piece of the universe, you're still powerful. You right? The hologram, I think it is. Not the hologram. I don't remember, but when you take a piece and you enlarge it, it's a duplicate of the whole. So very convoluted thinking, right? You are powerful. Allow yourself to be powerful. Doesn't mean you want to become out there and beat your chest and tell everybody how wonderful you are. What you do is you take the knowledge that you're powerful, accept it, then you put it into the earth. Okay? Good luck.
Great. All right. Barbara, how does Priscilla Haynes feel about me as her renter?
And I think we answered this last week too, Barbara. She's starting to be more comfortable with you, more sure that you're going to not exceed the rules and things like this, but she will always hold back. She's never going to be a wonderful friend or anything because she's had too many people that she's had to evict in the past that she was made good friends with. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with herself. And she has no dislike or qualms for you particularly, but she will never be your best friend because it is her job to evict people if something happens. All right? It's nothing, but she likes you. Okay.
It's good. Okay. Eva, Chase Hughes, is that who you meant?
Yeah, Chase Hugh, Huges, I think. Because I
Hughes.
looked at, yeah, he's a he has a YouTube channel and he teaches people, but he was MK Ultra teacher for years, and now he's teaching everybody how to do it. I think he's amazing. Again, he does it from a different level than I do, but what he teaches is what I teach.
There you go. All right. And then she said, I felt so ashamed for my behavior of leaving her behind like that.
Mm-mm. You walked away from a situation that would only have escalated and become more dramatic and more that you'd have to deal with to get rid of. You did the right thing. People think that you're supposed to stay and fight it out. Well, that's stupid, honestly, because when you're angry, what are you going to do? You're going to say stuff that hurts. Then you have to take it back. So if you walk away, you have less to clean up. You can come back and deal with the situation when you're balanced. Walking away is an adult thing to do. Okay.
All right. Jennifer says, hello, ladies. And Rosa sent us a little heart with her little prayer hands. Miriam says, thank you. And Jennifer's question is, last year I was able to heal my right side of my hip leg discomfort. This year, my left leg slash hip is having a similar issue. Can you feel if it's a nerve issue or the hip tilted? Maybe when it will heal.
You know what? Hang on. Okay. It's a right hip, right?
This year it's her left. Last year it was her right. This year it's her left.
So first of all, the right side is the masculine side. The left side is the feminine side. I just don't know the exact meaning, so I'm at looking it up. And so the left side is similar, or you want to know if it's a nerve issue or a hip tilt. I think it's a hip tilt. Okay, left side feminine energy, receptivity, inner world, intuition, the past, and emotional inheritance, often linked to mother wounds or inherited patterns from the maternal line. Hips specifically moving forward in life, especially connected to decisions about your path and how you carry yourself through the world. Left hip issues can indicate resistance to receiving support. Gotcha. Fear around moving forward emotionally or in relationship and holding on to old emotional burdens related to family or love, past life traumas or abandonment. And I will send this to you rather than read it all out. But you got the message, right? Look at your mother issue. Your mother has always been a thorn. And I think you're afraid to move because of all the issues it will create with your mother, and you know she's going to have something to say about it, whether she's right or wrong, irrelevant, and you don't want to deal with that stuff. Okay, so I think maybe this is a really good cute clue to what's happening into why you're not moving forward and towards a new house, etc., etc. Let's see, Jennifer. You can, okay, let's see. There you go. I just sent it to you. That's AI generated, but AI generated has some really good insights. I find, and I find it helps me a lot. Okay,
All right.
Patricia.
Patricia.
Yeah,
Patricia. Hi, Elijah, Bonita. Will June bring any surprises?
no, Why? Because you already know what's coming. Nothing surprises you. You're just looking, is there a beautiful yellow door on the right that you didn't see before and maybe you'll jump through it? You do astrology. If there's a yellow door on the side that you can jump through, you already know about it. But so surprises, if they're surprises, they're good surprises. They're positive surprises. And their only surprise would come if you go, oh, I don't need that part of me anymore. I can let that go. And that buoys you up. And then something new comes into your life because you released the old. If you've done that, yes, lots of surprises. And I still see Spain in your, well, I see a sandy beach. So I'm assuming Spain, but it could be another country over there with good sand, right? Ocean sand I'm talking about. Wherever you do, though, find a place where the sand is warm and burrow into it and warm your hips up. Okay? Good luck.
All right. Jennifer says, thank you so much. And Patricia said she's sending healing to Jennifer and she hopes she improves soon. And this is Lily.
Lily, Lily,
Hello, hello, ladies. How are you today? Can I ask how the son of my man can react when he knows me? I always feel a bit afraid he might be influenced negatively, though I find him empath empathetic.
empathetic, yeah.
Empathetic. This is always the biggest fear of my man.
You know what? You already know that you're going to get along with him, but you're allowing your man's fear to inhibit you and double think. Tell him bluntly that you get along with kids, all kids. And even if the boy is affected negatively by the mother, he will come to understand who you are because you're not going to jump in and be his mother. That would be a huge mistake. And you're too smart to do that. You talk to him, you sit down and say, I'm not your mom. Don't want to be your mom, but I'm here as a good listening ear if you ever want to talk. And if you ever want help buying a present for your mom, I'll help you. Be the friend, but don't be the mom. And tell your man to get off his butt and stop worrying because you're an adult and you're good with kids. Okay?
That's good. All
Yeah,
right. Eva, thank you for the reassurance. I think I've been influenced by all the talk about how stopping communication is immature, passive aggressive, and toxic, but it was indeed the better option over getting emotional.
absolutely. And you know what? Sometimes not talking is better than saying what you would say. For instance, I have this ability because of who I am, of if somebody irritates me, of finding the chink in their armor, and I decimate them. You, Eva, are very intuitive and can do exactly the same thing. What is better, walking away and being mature, or breaking their emotional spirit? You don't want to do that. So you did the right thing. Right, Bonita? You know that
Yes,
too, because
that's correct.
you know how to tell people where to get off.
Listen to those words of wisdom I have, and believe me, it works every time. It does.
Mm.
It does. All right. Now we have Greek Maria
Hey,
33.
Maria.
Hi.
That's our Maria
Am I going to make it this seminar? Laugh out loud. Thanks.
this semester. It's a semester. It's not
A
seminar.
semester. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. And I already Already,
This is water I'm drinking, everybody. This is water.
and the truth is, Maria, you know you're going to. You know that you emotionally put up barriers so that you have to leap higher than you needed to leap a week before. And you've done this before. I've watched you do it almost every semester. You're going to do that. I have seen you on the other side, and you are a darn good nurse. So I'm going to tell you something. Get over yourself. You don't have to jump higher. You don't have to make your life rougher. You can just know that you are good enough as you are without doing the hurdles. Why you put in the hurdles, I think it goes back to about 20 years where you got smacked around a little bit, and now you think hurdles are necessary to prove how wonderful you are. Well, we already know you're wonderful. So get over yourself. And yes, that was me.
We miss you today, Maria. All
Yeah.
right. Silver Bangle. Hello, ladies. Any messages from my guides or my parents, please, for the month of June?
Your parents are looking down, not down, because they're right beside you. And they're really pleased with what you're doing. And remember, what they knew about you when they were alive, it's nothing to what they know about you now on the other side. For instance, my mother was a devout Christian, and she was not pleased with my spiritual bent. Now she's on the other side. She helps me teach people to become mediums. Things shift and change. Your parents are very happy with you, very loving, and they keep saying it. Hang in there. It's just a little bit longer. And what's a little bit longer on their side and our side? It's not the same, but it feels like that you're almost at a tipping point and your life should be an easy slide down rather than a real tough crawl uphill. Okay, so for June, allow yourself to look for life with ease rather than like Maria. Don't look for the toughness, look for the ease. Okay, good luck on that. Good luck with that, Silver Bangles. She's in England.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Lily's in Albania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lily says, thank you a lot.
Mm.
All right. So Jennifer says, what you say makes so much sense. I've been doing the physical work to heal it. I will have to work more on the emotional trauma so I can release it and move on now. It's been a difficult journey.
How it works is emotional starts out here and it gets closer and closer and closer. And each time you don't listen, it gets closer. And each time you don't listen, it starts to move into your body. And all of a sudden, you're walking like you're 90 years old because you can't stand up straight. So get rid of the emotions, and you will find that you automatically stand up straight and walk with ease and grace. Believe it or not, get rid of it before it comes physical.
Good
And
advice.
that's the truth.
There you go. Maria is got her little smiley face laughing with tears and says, thanks.
Luck to you.
And Jennifer says, at Patricia, thank you for the positive energy healing. I appreciate it. I pray you're doing well. And Silver Bangle says, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there we go.
And we're done.
Wow. We got nobody else?
We've
Anybody out there need to ask a question?
yeah, we've been on for 45 minutes or something like that. I have no idea. Somewhere
About 40.
here, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I have no objections to. Yeah, so so that's perfect.
All right.
And I got to yell and complain and bitch a lot on this one too. So I got rid of a lot of emotions.
Look at that.
But
Everybody
it
benefited today.
but it's true. If you think small, you become small. So you need to, and need is not a good word. You allow yourself to be authentic. And if your authenticity is you're bright and you're brilliant, and 90% of the people on here are bright and brilliant, they just don't trust that they're allowed to be bright and brilliant because we've been told you're not allowed to be bright and brilliant. But then you take it, you allow yourself to be bright and brilliant, right, Bonita?
That I was going to say, am look, a living testament to these questions today and the answers that Elijah has given you. We've had many conversations based along the same kind of thing. And have I take her advice. I work on it. I'm very conscious of it. And Elijah and I have known each other for a few years now, and I really am not the same person, any even close to the same person that I was. And I myself right now am in a huge place of transition, and it is so important to feel big and to know you can do it and to have faith in yourself. And like she said, don't put up the hurdles to make it harder. I've done that so much in my life. And now I, the living in the moment and just kind of, you know, believing and having the faith and knowing because we're worthy of it. We truly are.
And if you don't believe you're worthy of it, then you're denying the creator, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Because we're designed to be brilliant. We're designed to be special. We're caretakers. And caretakers have to, in the Bible it says you have dominion over the birds of the air and the flocks of the earth or something like that. Well, that's not where you go in and treat them like crap. That means you have a huge amount of responsibility. And with the responsibility, if accepted gracefully and with ease, comes the brilliance, because that's our payment. I mean, we go out and treat animals with disrespect. Yeah, then we don't deserve the brilliance. But we're here to look after the earth. We're like the ants. We're hard workers. Supposedly, we're supposed to be hard workers. And I always figured that we're earth ants because
there you go.
we're supposed to look after the earth. We're not supposed to decimate it, but we're supposed to also receive the benefits of it, which means we're part of the universe. We're part of Earth and the physical. And I'm blathering on, I realize that, but this is one of my thought processes. But we're part of the universe, and the universe is the creator. Whether we can understand the creator or not, that's totally different. Okay.
All right. Silver Bangle says, thank you. Patricia says, whoops, thank you. Needed to hear it. You're so right. Moving on. I think Elijah, it's not Spain. Funny for you to say what you did. It's Europe, but it might be France, not Spain, and changes for us all in June.
Absolutely. Good ones.
Yeah. And then Lily says, thank you so much for your time and your energy. Patricia says, sometimes, Jennifer, as a loving mother, you do so much for your lovely family, but take time for yourself too.
Absolutely.
And Jennifer says, if you don't mind a second question,
That's her
we
mother,
have
right?
cat. We have lots of cats we feed that live outside that come around. I named a girl cat with a bent ear Rosie. She disappeared weeks ago, and I felt she passed away. Do you?
So why
Why?
do you feel so connected? There's a
Yeah,
there's a thing about animals. A lot of them are highly evolved spiritual souls that come in to touch ground or space with you. So like Jessie, for instance.
my dog, yes.
Yeah, she came in specifically to make your life brighter. And they come in, they spend their lifetimes with you, which is unfortunately like an average of 10 to 12 years. But in your case with Rosie, it might be shorter, but she changed you. Any creature, big or small, that you feel a connection to opens you up and allows you to love unconditionally. So our building blocks of this universe are is love. So the more we love, the more authentic we become. And the more authentic we become, the more released we are from the social pressures. And that's how we allow this earth to move back into an energy of positivity rather than what it's been for the last 25,000 years, and negative energy full of wars and fights and things like that. It helps us grow into a better better energy, a more spiritual energy, which is what we are by nature, by the way. Okay. And will she come back in the future? She might. You have so many connections with so many animals in your life that honestly you need a farm. And will she come back in the future? There's a potential she might. I think she was a highly evolved soul, and she's always around you, just not necessarily in the physical and not necessarily in the form of a cat.
Sir.
Mm.
All right. So, I think this gentleman told us his name last week. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, this is Joel. Joel,
Hey, any messages from my guides? Big kiss to both of you.
thank you. Um, I don't know. I still feel a lot of uplift around you. A lot of like there's wind under your feet or wind in your sail, I guess would be another way of putting it, so that it's almost like if you're on a ship, on a boat, the sailing boat, the wind fills the sails, but instead of skidding along the water, it rises up higher. The energy rises higher. Whatever you're doing, you're coming into your own. You're moving to a higher vibration. You won't be doing it alone. And I think you're going to find very shortly that there's more being added to your life. And I won't go into it beyond that because it's if it's not already happened, it will be a nice surprise, a lovely surprise. But something new is coming into your life, and it's going to open your heart huge in ways you've never imagined it. Okay, good luck with that. What I'm saying is it's positive, extremely positive, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because it would not be half as much fun if you already knew what was coming. Yeah. So you are on the right track.
I like it. That's a good one.
Yeah. Anyhow, I like this the visual of the boats lifting off the ocean.
There you go.
Okay,
All
we
right.
should call it then.
All right. Yeah, that looks like that's it for now.
Yeah. And we may or may not have, are you here next week, Bonita?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, so we should be here next week unless something major happens, like Bonita moves off to another state, which is very possible she may.
Very, very quick news, and it could happen very fast. And it's great. Looking forward to it. And I was just telling Elijah earlier before we went on live, I've been doing things like it's like, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. It's kind of shaping and forming into what's coming.
But she's doing it, she's going with the flow. She's not directing the flow. That's the secret.
No, no, no. I used to, and it didn't work. It doesn't work. I used to
It
try
never,
to,
it never works when you tell the universe how you want it to.
yeah, yeah. And
Universe goes,
now, yeah.
I can't hear you.
And now I'm just like, when I get, a feeling or, an intuitive hit, I'm just like, okay, I don't even question it. But I guess the main thing for me, if this helps anybody, I just really have been able to settle into the fact to keep the faith and to trust that, the universe has got its best intent for all of us.
So,
So,
so there's one thing. I'm sorry, I read something, so my mind went blank. But I do know, like you said, when we first met, you were not the same person.
no,
And
no,
there have been times when you went through huge resistance.
yes,
And that's all right. Resistance is futile, but it's still all right.
yes.
Because it's the big blocks that you went through when you hit that, when the resistance becomes strong, and you still did it. So
It's been a journey, everyone. It's been a journey, but I got to tell you, I'm coming out the other end of it and it feels really good. And I'm quite wiser and smarter for it. It wasn't easy. It hasn't been easy, but that's okay. I know we all have our not easy days.
we
But
all do. I mean,
yeah,
we're breathing, we're going to make mistakes.
yes.
And that's just the way. If we're not making mistakes, then we're not living.
Yeah, yeah,
And how do you live? How do you learn? Not by having everything work wonderfully,
right.
but by resistance when we
Mm,
have to deal with stuff,
yeah.
especially stuff we don't want to deal with.
Let's see. Jennifer says, thank you, ladies, for your time and energy. It was so nice to see you. She says, Elijah, what you said about Rosie was so healing. Oh. And Patricia, thanks as always, Elijah. Have a great week, everyone. And Jennifer says, great advice, Bonita. Well, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. I have a lot of my advice and words of wisdom because of Elijah. Elijah has been of huge influence in my life and is just a gem that I know we all treasure.
What I remember what I was going to say. Bonita, when I first met her, I asked her if she wanted to come on and do lives with us. And she says, absolutely not. Look at her now.
I always used to be really fearful of doing things like this, being on camera, and I'm a behind the camera kind of scenes gal, and I never really spoke. I don't a fear of speaking in public. But it's very funny the way that I chose to face that fear. My brother-in-law passed away several years back, and I was compelled and determined that I was going to stand up and speak and kind of be his voice. And I did it, and it was quite something. And now I do this, and I can't even believe that I've been interacting and talking like this today because it's like she said, I would have never done this a few years, ever, ever.
See?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Jennifer says, have a great day and a blessed week ahead, everyone. Eva says, have a great, fresh new week, all. And thank you, Elijah and Bonita. Take care until next time. Lily says Elijah has been a huge influence in my life too since 2016 when I found her, and I'm honored. I couldn't agree with you more, Lily. And Jennifer says Elijah is amazing and has helped me and my family greatly. Again, ditto. I couldn't
Thank
agree with you more, Jennifer.
thank you very much, everybody. That's a great honor. I try not to pay attention to that too much because, well, that's what I do. I take it in, I honor it, then I give it back to the earth.
Because
Because it,
she's the pro that she is. See?
all right, let's call it.
All
Nam-
right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for coming on with us. Tell all your friends to join us. Tell them next week. Come on. Got plenty to go around.
I'm going to make you start answering questions then.
All right.
All right. Namaste, everybody, and thank you so very much.